So you're looking for a dog trainer in Pflugerville, but it can be tough to know where to even start. We're going to break it all down today, give you a clear, practical guide to find the right person for you and your dog.
You know that feeling, right? You're trying to have a nice, peaceful walk around Lake Pflugerville, but it feels more like you're in a wrestling match? Well, the right training can completely change that picture.
Okay, so here's our plan. We'll talk about why training for life here in Pflugerville is a bit unique. Then we'll get into your different options. We'll also cover what to expect for costs, some local rules to know, and wrap up with the most important questions you should be asking any trainer.
First things first, let's talk about why training specifically for our community is so helpful. It's really about getting your dog ready for the real-world situations you both face every single day.
I mean, think about it. One day you might be navigating the busy trails at the lake, and the next, you're trying to get through the crowds over at Stonehill Town Center. And that's not even counting all the families, joggers, and cyclists in our neighborhoods. Good training helps your dog handle all of it, from just chilling out during a backyard barbecue to staying calm at a community event.
All right, so we get why local training is key. But what does that training actually look like? There are a few different ways to go, and each has its own pros and cons depending on your dog and your goals.
You've basically got two main paths: group classes or private lessons. Group classes are awesome for getting your dog used to being around other dogs and people, learning to focus when there are distractions. But if you're dealing with something more specific, maybe fear or some reactivity, private lessons give you that one-on-one attention to really tailor a plan.
Then there's another option you'll see called board and train. This is pretty intensive. Your dog actually goes to live with the trainer for a few weeks. They do all the heavy lifting, all the repetition. But, and this is the important part, it only works if the trainer then teaches you exactly how to keep up all that good behavior once your dog is back home. And what are we trying to achieve with all this? Well, the goals can cover the whole spectrum. It could be puppy basics, like house training and stopping that nipping. Or maybe it's general obedience. Sit, stay, coming when called. Of course, leash training is a big one for those enjoyable walks. And for tougher stuff, behavior modification can help dogs work through things like fear and anxiety.
Okay, this is a big one. How do you actually know if a trainer is any good? It really boils down to two things: what methods they use and what kind of professional background they have.
This right here is the heart of it. You want to find someone who's focused on rewarding your dog for doing the right thing, not punishing them for making a mistake. They should be able to clearly explain their process in a way that makes you feel good about how your dog is being treated. It's all about learning without fear. Now here's something you really need to know. In Texas, there's no official license for dog trainers. Literally anyone can say they are one. That's why these certifications are so telling. They aren't required, but they show a trainer has gone the extra mile, studied, and passed exams on humane, science-backed training methods.
All right, let's talk about the practical stuff. We'll look at what this is going to cost here in Pflugerville and also go over a couple of local rules every dog owner should have on their radar.
So here's a rough idea of the investment you might be looking at. A round of group classes is usually the most budget-friendly option. Private lessons are priced per session, and a full board and train program is, well, a much bigger financial commitment. This should at least give you a ballpark for planning.
And this is where good training really helps you be a good neighbor. Pflugerville's main rules are pretty straightforward. Your dog needs to be on a leash unless you're in a designated spot like Peach Park. You've always got to clean up after them, and you need to manage excessive barking. All of those things become so much easier with a well-trained dog.
Okay, you've done your research, you have a short list of trainers. What's next? This section is all about equipping you with the right questions so you can walk into that conversation feeling prepared and make a choice you feel really good about.
This is probably the first and most important question to ask. You're listening for words like positive reinforcement, force-free, or reward-based. It's a great way to confirm that their philosophy is about teaching your dog what you want them to do rather than focusing on punishment.
Next, don't be shy about getting into the specifics of what you're dealing with. If your dog pulls on the leash like crazy, ask them how they'd approach that. If it's separation anxiety, ask what their experience is with that particular issue. You want to make sure their expertise lines up with your needs.
And finally, it's perfectly okay to ask about their professional qualifications. We just talked about how important those certifications are. It's a simple, direct question that tells you a lot about their commitment to their profession.
At the end of the day, this is about so much more than just fixing a problem. It's really about building a better, easier, and just plain more fun life with your dog here in our town. And what's the payoff for all this effort? It's those relaxing walks where you're not fighting the leash. It's having people over without chaos erupting at the front door. It's fun, calm visits to Fetch Park. It's simply building a stronger, happier relationship with your dog. I hope this helps you in your search, and here's to all the great times ahead with your companion.